The nightmare for these women began on a May morning 10 years ago near the small town of Atenco. A huge police crackdown on a militant protest movement led to officers dragging people onto police buses headed for jail. During a bus ride, which lasted hours, police officers sexually assaulted 26 women, according to Mexico's State Human Rights Commission. Claudia, then a political science student, was among them.
You feel so helpless not being able to defend yourself or your friends who are pleading for help because the police are touching them. You keep thinking to yourself, maybe if I hadn't been there, it wouldn't have happened.
Claudia could no longer face continuing her studies. Other women's relationships with partners and families were destroyed. 5 of them lost their freedom. They were held in prisons for more than a year. Meanwhile, of 48 criminal proceedings launched, not one police officer or official has been successfully convicted. The government told us that's due to the slow pace of the Mexican justice system, but didn't give us an interview. Now, after a decade of struggle, the Inter-American Court of Human Rights is taking up the cases of Claudia and 10 other women. The organisation that's helped them get this far says it's part of a wider problem.
Actually, we've documented cases of sexual torture of women at the hands of state police, federal police, the Army, the Navy. That's why this case represents an historic opportunity for the Inter-American Court to order Mexico to adopt certain measures, certain actions designed to prevent the use of sexual torture of women as a state practice.
The case is especially significant because it was Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto, then a state governor, who ordered the police operation. He defended it at the time and has done since.
It was an action that I personally take responsibility for, to restore order and peace using the right of the Mexican state to deploy the forces of law and order. And what's more, it was validated by the Supreme Court.
The resurgence of the Atenco case has been a reminder of the huge number of other ones in Mexico that are still unresolved, most famously that of 43 students that were taken by police in cahoots with a local gang and still haven't been found. And President Enrique Peña Nieto has been accused by human rights groups in both cases of trying to sweep things under the rug. The Inter-American Court has jurisdiction over Mexico. That hasn't always meant its rulings have been obeyed here. But even getting this far is a victory for these women. Holman, Jazeera, Mexico City.